I have poetic license. I write the way I want. I drop my full stops where I like. My capital letters go where I like. I order from my pen. I verse the way I like. I do my spelling right, according to my mood. I have poetic license. I put my commas where I like. My brackets are right. I repeat when I like. I can't go wrong. I look and I see it right. I repeat when I like. I have poetic license. Don't question me.
Hi, poetry lets you play with words. Benjamin Zephaniah was playing with the way poems look on the page. Well, I thought I'd have a go. Look, I've got this poem here that begins, I saw a peacock with a fiery tail. I saw a blazing comet drop down hail. Well, that doesn't really make sense. But if you chop the lines up, it does. Look, cover that up, and it goes, with a fiery tail, I saw a blazing comet. So look, I'm going to take this pair of scissors
Hold
and
on,
chop
Michael,
it up.
hold on. Look, I've been reading this book about the eye and seeing. Why don't we chop some of the sentences from here into there and see what we get? We could make something really fascinating, I reckon.
All right, so, okay, let's do it.
Let's give it a go.
So I saw a lovely... What about... You should consult it and put with that, though. Consult a blade every few seconds you blink. Yeah. Are we?
Scribble smoothly.
Nice one.
Yeah, nice one.
You start.
Okay. I saw a peacock swivel smoothly in its socket.
Blink reflex. You should consult a blazing comet at once if you have a pain in the eye.
Contact lenses. I saw a cloud and spectacles are sometimes called glasses. Fiery tail.
We did it.
We done.
Who are you?
If he slips, should she slip? If she slips, should she slip? If he 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 slips, should she slip? Unique New York, unique New York, unique. Granny square, goose, goose, last. Granny square, goose, goose, last. Granny square. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather. Rubber baby, bubby.
The thing about riddles is that they play with the meaning of words.
What are the strongest shellfish?
Mussels.
That's right.
But sometimes they're a way of describing something impossible.
What do you get when you cross an elephant with a kangaroo?
Great big holes all over Australia.
That's correct.
Yeah. So if you let your mind go, riddles are a fantastic way to see the world quite differently.
Think of all those witches buried vertically, only their hats showing. Think of all those loud hailers whispering to tarmac, making the whole road sing. Think of all that red and white. What a sight. Mile after mile, night after night.
One hot belly, one big ear, one round lip with two more near.
I saw a giraffe on the pavement. His eye was bright, though he'd been turned to stone. No feet, no belly, no tail, just one long neck. A dog sniffed at him, but left him alone.
You fill my head with empty things, so when I get to speak, all I say is rubbish, and that but once a week.
Words are physical things with a shape and size. Big is one size, bigger is bigger. Some poems follow really tight rules about their shape and size. Haikus, for instance, they have 17 syllables. 5, then 7, then 5. A haiku expresses very tightly one emotion or one feeling. A while ago, 2 pigs escaped from their factory farm to freedom. Their story inspired some great haikus.
Wide-eyed people, watch-shaped fast legs. 2 curly tails moving through Malmesbury. Nearly died! Knew it! Instead my life was saved by a hole under a fence.
escaping from the slaughterhouse, from the smell of death. For how long?
When you're playing with words, don't forget about punctuation. It can completely change the meaning. Private, no swimming allowed, is not the same as private, no, swimming allowed.
A poem is not an ant, but it can be quite short. A poem is not a banana, but there may be something under its skin. A poem is not a hedgehog, but it might be hard to get hold of. A poem is not a jumble sale, but it may contain some rubbish. A poem is not a light bulb, but you can change it if you want to. A poem is not a monkey, but it can be quite human. A poem is not a nut, but you can give it to a monkey. A poem is not a toothbrush, so don't clean your teeth with it. A poem is not a veruca, and I'm glad. A poem is not an X-ray, make no bones about it. A poem is not a year-old bag of vegetables, but it can smell quite strongly. A poem is not a xylophone, and it can spell words wrongly.
You can do what you like with the words in a poem. You can change what they look like, or the punctuation, or even cut them up to change the meaning or make new words. Jabberwocky is often called a nonsense poem because it uses made-up words. But it's probably lasted so well because, well, it's not nonsense at all, but a strong story told with rhyme, rhythm, great pictures and sounds. Lots of the words were made up for this poem, but now some of them are in the dictionary.
The news is on. The news.
And mysterious things are going on in Tulgey Wood.
Thank you, Trevor. 'Twas brillig, and the slithy toves did gyre and gimble in the wabe. All mimsy were the borogoves, and the mome rats outgrabe. Beware the Jabberwock, my son, the jaws that bite, the claws that catch. Beware the Jub-Jub bird, and shun the frumious Bandersnatch. He took his vorpal sword in hand, long time the manxome foe he sought. So rested he by the tum-tum tree, and stood a while in thought.
And as in uffish thought he stood, the Jabberwock with eyes of flame came whiffling through the Tulgey Wood and burbled as it came. 1, 2, 1, 2, and through the vorpal blade went snicker-snack. He left it dead, and with its head he went galumping back. And hast thou slain the Jabberwock? Come to my arms, my beamish boy. O frabjous day, Callooh, Calais, he chortled in his joy.
'Twas brillig, and the slithy toves did gyre and gimble in the wabe. All mimsy were the borogoves, and the mome rats outgrabe. Michael Rosen, Tulgey Wood.
Brillig.
Brillig.